I have a question for Pastor Kola here that says, can you please enlighten us about what to do when we experience business failures? Pastor Kola, sir.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes,
Yes, we
we are
can hear
hearing you,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much. Well, when you experience failure in your business, you need to, first of all, sit back and review your operation. Why the failure? Other colleagues or contemporaries are doing well making profit. You see, many people start to do it because others have started. They join the process are unknown to them that there are some basic knowledge and principles that are applicable for successes in business. For instance, many organizations that I've worked for, when you ask them the question, how do you determine your sales? How do you determine your purchases? What is your budget? You ask you question, what do you mean by budget? Okay, how do you fix your selling price? My neighbor is selling at 20 naira, I'm also selling at 20 naira. Normally, the fact that you may even buy your own at a higher price. So, if you have such a problem, I will give you 9 solutions you have to work on. Number 1, we call it know your finances. Many business owners, when they hear figure or number, they are afraid. You call yourself a Christian. Even in the Bible, the fourth book is called Numbers, meaning God is created in numbers. So when you are starting a business, if you are so poor in numbers, first of all, go for training. Have a proper understanding because the people can run a business without knowing the number. Number 2, many do not have mentors. Who are the mentors? Mentors are those who have broke down. They broke down the same road you are starting on now. They have witnessed the hardship. They know the tools and hindrances. When you have them, you'll be able to get to your destination easily. They will guide you. They know the time to stock. They know the time to review prices. They know the time to dispose stock. When you don't have them, you will discover that you are keeping stock, thinking the price will be better off. And at the end of the day, there is fluctuation in currency. You are at a loss. Thirdly, follow your business with passion. Don't look at others, judging them and them. Have your own personal passion for your business. What you don't have passion for cannot lead to profit. Many business owners today, you see them today opening a salon, the next day computer center, the next day selling food items. You need to define the purpose you want to, what you exist for, what you want to do, and follow with passion. If profit does not come the day you start, when you are starting a business, it's assumed that for the next 6 months, you are going to encounter some teaching problems and some challenges because you are not in that business before. By the time your problem will start coming, you will have discovered that you are part and parcel and you will feel on top of the world. Next is you need to get the use of consultants. Please, this is very key. Regardless of your business, even in the church, we use pastors who are gifted. Now, there are those who will guide you in the formulation of your policies. You should have marketing policies that will enable you to make profit. You should have marketing policies that enable you to fix your prices properly, and they enable you to dispose of stock in good time. You also have management policies that will enable you to know when to in loan or overdraft or collecting funds from your friends that attach lower interest rates. But if you are not well informed, you will be going to bank taking loan at 28%. There are opportunities. You must understand that you must separate your business from your family. This is very common with us here. If you want to run a business and make profit, engage people that are specialists in that area. Not only that, you cannot be the MD, you cannot be the general manager, you cannot be the finance manager, you cannot be the marketing manager. You need to bring in hands. When they are paid, they will deliver. But if it's only you, when you are sick, the business is sick. And the one I want to mention is competence. Every judgment is a product of experience, and every bad judgment is a product of inexperience. It does not mean that you have to come with the knowledge from heaven, but you need to attend trainings, equip yourself, attend programs where they are discussing your business. And those who are in that business will come forward and tell you why they are succeeded, why they are meeting their target, why they are riding high. And then it should not be your eyes wide to know, oh, I thought That means the best. Obviously, every system is they keep records manually. And if it is manually, you cannot travel. If you travel overseas, maybe you want to search for certain things that will help your business to prosper, the business will have to close down. But with the introduction of computer system, carry your laptop or your iPhone, wherever you are still running your business. All this we must bring a factor in. By so doing, you discover that you move from the stage of making losses and turning in profit. Not only turning profit, you'll be making profit that will keep your business continuously. And because that after you, your employer can take over for you. It helps your succession plan. And at the end of the day, you discover that business worthwhile. Hello?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
Wow, you said something, excuse me, please. You said something very interesting here about looking inward when there's failure in business. I have seen a number of Christians who come to me and they said they tried this, they tried that, and some of them were even offended because a Christian brother or pastor once asked them, "Are you sure you failed? I mean, because you don't pay tithes?" Are you saying that there's no possibility of failure being tied to disobedience to God? Pastor Kola, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Now, as a Christian brother or sister, when the becoming guided by Christian principles, tithe payment is a function of profits. There is no way you can say the Christian person does not pay tithes. But let us understand one thing. When you are failing, you don't pay tithes. You only pay tithes when you are succeeding. Because at the end of the month, they will prepare your account for you. You will see the profits. Remember, you don't pay tithes or losses. If you are paying tithes, you are paying tithes because you have made profits. You have collected salary, you are paying tithes. You are running a business, you have made profits, you are paying tithes. So I am in total support of paying tithes. But like I said, a failing business will not remember paying tithes. Because when you borrow to pay tithes, you started a business with 1 million, at the end of the year, what you have is only 100,000. The next thing for you is how will you be able to pay off the money outstanding? Even talking of paying tithes. So the first thing for us to make sure that we run the business profitably. Then if you are failing in paying tithes, you will get. I'm not paying tithes, but you should make out of profit borrow the tithes, pay tithes, then you are compounding your problem. I hope I'm very clear on that.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir. Well, I deliberately asked that question because of a discussion that we had with someone earlier today who was trying to say that, well, my own take now to the whole house, my own take is that God is not standing out there to kill you or to destroy your business. I don't know if Sister Nika has anything to say to this, but this is my own take. God, we can't say, I mean, I as a Christian, I pay tithes as a pastor, and I encourage people to do, but I also teach and I believe that God will not kill you or destroy your business because you have not paid tithe. So don't put your misfortunes on God's table because you feel you have not given God certain things. No, God does not kill people's businesses. I think, like Pastor Kola said, you have to look inward and see what is responsible for any failure. I don't know if for 2 minutes, Sister Nika has anything to say to this.
This about tithes and all of these, sometimes as Christians, some Christians insult us when we, seek their advice concerning some certain things. Even if you have a misfortune that has nothing to do with this, whichever tithes, do you do this? You can't go that way. Because you might be asking that question in the presence of an unbeliever who would think or your God is going about with hammer, looking to knock on the for not paying tithes. No, God is not like that. Now you have you business. At your business, look at not doing right, look at everything. It is not all the time that financially is not you didn't pay tithes. You won't lose your business. If you have the Spirit of God in you, the Holy Spirit will speak to you on your duties as a child of God. God will not come knocking your head because you didn't pay your tithe. I don't believe because you didn't pay your tithe, you run down. It's not true. God is not like that. I encourage you to pay your tithe. Very, very important.
Thank you, Ma. So do we pay tithe on gross income or net profit?
Of course, net. You didn't hand gross. It should be on net. Because if they are Christians, your workers that you're paying, they will pay their tithes too. So you pay on net. You didn't hand gross. You hand net.
Thank you, Ma. So a question says, Madam Adenike mentioned temptation in business. In a situation where you are in contest for a particular contract, is it ideal for a good Christian to tip those who are concerned in order to access their faith?
No, it's not. You can say thank you after the business, but you can't tip them because that's bribery. You are bribing them to change that. So what you do basically is when they have done the job, they have attended to you well, don't say because you're a Christian, you don't want to give. You can give gifts, but you can't tip people, you can't bribe people.
That's okay. What you mean that we can't give before, but we can give after. I mean, and that giving after is actually, I get you, Ma, is actually an appreciation. I know Pastor Kola will have a lot to say here, but because a number of Christians are stingy, they make money and they go away with it. And we have had a discussion like this sometimes amongst Christians. Yes, Funke, you're raising your hand.
In addition to that, so what if you have the motive of influencing their decision for next time?
So that's where I'm going. It becomes very, is a thing of the heart.
Oh my God.
It's a thing of the heart. I believe that Christians should learn to give and appreciate people, right? Because the Bible says a man's gift makes way for him. But then it's a thing of our heart. If you are doing it with the intention of bribing, you know by the Spirit what you are doing. And I think only God can sort that out. I want to hear Pastor Kola's opinion on this, briefly.
In business, what we call business promotion process. Business promotion process are teaching, giving gifts to maybe people who come across your business. Giving tips, please, like one giving tips. Even in reporting your profit, when your account and submit the account to that, put tips there. What people do is you appreciate at the end of the year. It's not that people celebrate, give the packages, they go with it. When you are giving tips, it is an offense against God. It's also an offense against the principle of taxation. If you have made laws before and they find out that they're giving tips, you will be written back to make profit. Tips is disallowed. Disallowed in taxation. What I want to say is this: every business should find new people that are seeing them wherever they are. When they come and give them a package, give them gifts, better than giving them 100,000, 200,000. Because one that you are already a failure. There's a very rich and being wealthy. Wealthy people have everything in total. Rich may have the money, but they may have a good health. Rich may get married, but they won't have any fruit to show for it. So we must be very thieves. We should not be encouraged and support it.
Wow.
Thank you, sir. I think there's also another question for you here that says, can 5% as tight when business is not really moving well?
You have to define that. You only fight on net profits. So whether business is well or not going well, once you have a profit, you pay tax. You pay tax when you make profits. However, our faith, I can use my own as a I don't pay anything. I pay more than and I'll be rewarded by God. So it's a function of your, but in practice, tithe is paid on net profits. Now, you don't see your business not doing well. If your business is not doing well, maybe you are not meeting your target, you are still making profit. You must pay tithe. Pay tithe on your profit. Whether business is doing well or not, that one is qualifying it. That is not the issue. The issue is, say you have made little profit, pay the tax, the tithe that is due. Even in taxation, if your profit is 10 naira, you pay tithe of 30% as income tax. So they are not interested whether it's growing the side or low. The same thing with tithe. If you are a low income, you need to pay tithe because your salary is already there, you not tithe. You pay. So whether the business is doing well or not well, once you profit or you have an income, you must pay tithe.
Thank you. You must pay and you must pay in full. Okay, sir, but what if the giver of a contract should ask for a specific gift to be given after the contract is granted? What should a Christian business person do in such cases?
Well, I didn't hear you well.
So what if the giver of a contract should ask for a specific gift to be given after the contract is granted? What are we meant to be doing?
You see, in business, that question is tempting. Because that contract, when they ask for such, what I will tell you to do is that they should know you are a Christian brother or sister. And because they know who you are, such question will not come before sisters. They know your level, it will not come. And if it comes, my beloved, it is better you either return the business back to them, because they will set trap for you and you are going to fail if you don't do what they are saying. I can give you an example. They may give you a contract of 100 million today, telling you are giving them back 50 million. The first question is, what will happen in the next 1 year as change of government? Will you now tell them you give them 50 million right? If I were you, that contract will not execute.
Thank you.
Tell them I will not execute.
Please go on, Mark.
I think I can liken this to some situations. I think there is what is called bribe and there is extortion. Now, bribery is what you offer. Extortion is what they take by force. Like when we used to bring our phones, the cell phones, and we bring them in packs, plenty packs. And they tell you, okay, pay this much. Or they say, okay, pay this much to us and go and pay this much into the government. And you say, no, I want to pay into the government cover. They say, okay, that means to examine all the goods. You might have like 20 packs that you came in with. And they will loosen the phones and begin to bring them out. And by the time you pack them back and you take them home, you take them to your office, you discover that they have taken away like 5 phones. You won't even know how that happened. This is extortion now. You know what will happen when they scatter your load. So what you do is simply give them the money and go away, because you can't abandon your goods with them. You can't do, yes, you can't. And if you ask them to scatter it, they must steal it. There is no, because they are losing so many, and they will scatter it and ask you to pack your thing because they are set out to do you wickedness. So that's extortion. Under that circumstance, I don't see what you do than to give them and just go your way. That's my take. That's the truth of what happens.
Yes, Ma. I think the scenario you are painting now is wonderful. It's a great lesson, but it's slightly different from what the question posed to Pastor Kola. What we asked Pastor Kola is, supposing you want to do a contract and the people say, okay, you must give us this when the job is completed. Let's even say when the job is completed. That's different from a Christian who brought in things legally, like you said, and then is on the spot. They are about seizing your goods, which is legal, legally brought in. You have not done anything illegal, but their action can be a kind of inimical to your own business, and they are asking you for an amount of money. I think if you give it to them, that is the extortion, like you rightly said. That is no bribe. That is, you are not standing for a bargain. They are actually robbers. So only they are robbing not at gunpoint, but at opportunity point, which a number of people do. So
Okay.
I think you're on point, Ma, with that.
I
I just
think
wanted to separate both.
What I want to say about that one, the contracts.
Yes.
Is as I sit down here, to the glory of God, I don't do government contracts. I just don't do it. Go take it, bring it to me, pay me my money as the product. If I'm making 1 naira, I'm happy with it. If you go for government contracts, you know you must pay bribe. You can't escape it. So a Christian who goes there knows what they do there and will do what they do there. Whatever you say here, they will do what they need to do, and it is wrong. Don't go there if you cannot do it without doing it God's way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, can I quickly call on Mrs. Abimbola Oyelola? I think she has things to share on gifts and bribe. Can you please quickly unmute yourself, Ma? Are you there, Ma?
Yeah, so what did you want me to say? Yes.
So now you've been sharing
I'm
something,
surprised.
so we just want you to quickly come up for a short period to share generally, Ma.
I feel gifts is what you feel you give to somebody who, from your heart, not because it's nothing conditional. It's not because you expect something from it. It's because you appreciate that person. That is appreciation. Because during festive period, or as the man of God said as well, and during festive periods, and at the end of the year, you corporate gifts, but you have to be mindful of the magnitude of the gift you give. If you are going to appreciate somebody, you give the person a car, a house, very, 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 very expensive. You know that is above appreciation. You understand my point? That
Yes,
is above appreciation. I wouldn't do that. I would be moderate in whatever gift you give. It's just to appreciate your patronage for us over the years. I mean, that's enough for me. But that's what I can
Thank you,
really
thank
say
you.
about
Thank
it,
you for
because
the
it won't amount to bribery.
right. Thank you, Ma.
Then also as Christians, I think my business people will tell if this is right. We could also be part of their lives. Maybe they are mourning, or they are celebrating birthday or wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
We go there, we show up,
Yeah.
and then we do the little we can to show that we support and we appreciate them.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Reverend, I don't know if we can take 1 or 2 more contributions before we round up. Okay. Yes, sir. Elder Ayo Dele, sir. You can come up, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
My question to the two speakers are, in setting out a business on the right footing, there are risks attached to it. How do you go about identifying these risks?
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, risk are three categories. We have the low risk, medium risk, and the high risk. Even in sleeping, there's a risk, because not everyone that sleep will wake up. So for sure, there are risks in business. The only way to understand this is to have a foreknowledge. Let me give you an instance. I have a client who came to me and said he wants to start manufacturing water, producing water in sachet and bottles. And I asked her, I don't been that light voice. No. I said, don't start that way. First of all, go into distribution. Buy from existing manufacturers. When you buy from them and go to the distribution, you will now understand the terrain of the business. By the time you start your own, you need to understand and excel. The first one said, don't mind me. She left. The other one took to my advice and started distributing for people. In the process, belonging to the association, we knows the terrain that during the season they sell well. During the rainy season, they do much. During the dry season, sachet sell more. During the rainy season, potato sells more. And by the time she started her business, oh, you'll be surprised. You will marvel at the profits. The other sister that never took to that advice started a closed shop after 1 year. The machine is still active to today. So what you are wanting to know is that don't be afraid of the risk. Every business has so risk. It depends on the nature. If you are a service provider, your risk is different from those who are into trading. Those who are into trading is different from those who are into manufacturing. What you need to know is try to attend seminars relating to the products you want to manufacture, distribute, or something like that. In the process of the training you are receiving, those who have been in that business before will come forward and they will give you the templates of how the business runs. That will now open your eyes to what you need to know and you have to do it. Don't forget, whether you like it or not, everything you do in life is one risk. When you beat a child for doing something like if you're not careful, you can beat him to death. It's a risk also. So there's risk in everything in life. Now that is that don't be afraid of that. In the process of knowing how that business runs or the terrain operates, the risk will come clear. Like I said, it can be low, it can be medium, and it can be high. Thank you very much.
Wow. I don't know if Sister Nike has something to say to that before I ask my last question.
Okay. About risk.
Yes.
You know, an entrepreneur is a risk taker by the nature of their, engagements. They are risk takers. If you can't take risk, you can't do business. So, but take calculated risk. Calculate your risk. Look at it very well. Don't say because they say you should take risk, begin to do just about anything. Just look at it properly, ask questions, write down things, find out things, go online. Thank God for the new generation world where you can find anything about anything, anywhere online. Just go find out about what you want to do. The risk, when you find it too high for you, don't go there. The risk might not be, by your calculation, the risk might be a very bad one. If you know it's bad, don't do it.
Thank you. Sorry, Sister Funke, I'm not taking over your job, but
No,
I
you're
know,
not, sir.
I know I have 2 questions that I need to ask and time is running out. One is to Pastor Kola and very, very important. I remember sometimes ago, my pastor, Pastor Taiwo Odukoya, was saying that talking to business people that they need to be responsible to the government. Sir, what have you to say to Christians who are planning to start business as per their responsibilities to the government? Because this must be planned right from the beginning. Then my second question goes to Sister Nike.
Yes, sir. Responsibility to the government starts from foundation. There are some compliances you have to go by. For instance, what we call business premises due, land use charge depends on the state and location where you are. That apart, when you start generating income, that's what we call VAT. That is, you are paying VAT on your income you are generating. It therefore requires of you to ensure that when you are fixing your selling price, consider VAT along. Because if you don't pay the VAT, you'll be paying your profits as VAT. For instance, if I buy a product for 10 naira and I want to sell at 15 naira, your income is not 5 naira. You are going to pay VAT on that 15 naira, and today it is 7.5%. That is one. Number two, you must ensure that you keep proper record because your VAT is net. You pay VAT on sales, you also incur VAT on processes. When we look, take sales from processes is the net you are remitting. Many business owners, they never need them to pay VAT. And by the time government will say pay VAT, that profit you have declared will become lost before you. That's one. Number two, that's what we call income tax. That is, when you have made profit, that profit is not your own alone. Government has a 30% stake in it. Any declared profits, you pay 30% tax. That's also what we call education tax. Education tax is your contribution to the education center. It is 2%, and it is 2% of accessible profits. Now, these three you cannot do without. Let me mention them again. One is VAT. It's not negotiable. Previously, it used to be 5%, now it's 7.5%. You pay VAT on income generated, regardless of the nature of your business. If it is contract, but if you're in the oil sector, it is removed. In fact, your own case is different because we also share withholding tax, and that will be removed at source. Then don't start throwing parties when you make profits because you are still going to pay 30% as corporate tax to the government. And we also pay extra tax, which is 2%. This is federal. The state that you operate, they have their local regulations also that involve you paying. One of them is the business premises language charge. And I know that the rate will not be the same. If you're in Abuja, it will be different. If you're also will be different. All this you must factor. Otherwise, you will not get your tax cards available, which means you will not be able to do business successfully. Thank you very much.
Wow. I think, Funke, what do you think? I think with this, we will need to bring Pastor Kola back to discuss in details as to our responsibility to the government so that we spell these things out. The few things he mentioned just briefly, we need a lot of education on it. And a number of our Christians are, a number of our brethren are ignorant. Thank you so much, sir. Sister Nike, I want to ask you, you said, this question came to me while you were talking about the relationship between the MD or the owner of the business with the staff. And I just want to ask you, Ma, how much of the company's secrets should be revealed to your staff? If you are into trading, you have your trading secrets. You have every business, I don't know, I believe have their secrets. How much should your staff know about what you're doing?
Well, thank you, sir. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know about this trading secret. I don't know how secretive a Christian could be in trading, because I think, okay, to some extent, maybe you have your cleaners, you have your, low kind of
staff, yeah.
Yes, maybe you don't go and call him and say, see, we are buying this at this rate. And you can't hide the cost price of an item from your accountant. How does it calculate it without you telling lies? You can't hide your other source of income from your accountant. How do you exemplify Christ? How does he know that you are not doing something else apart from the business that you people are doing? We have had situations where we had a project and everything we spent on that project, the accountant knew. You must be accountable. Your staff must be able to know what you do. where you are spending money into. Otherwise, I'm telling you, you can be an MD and you can be a thief stealing your own money. You can be stealing your own money because if you say, give me 100,000, you tell the accountant, give me 100,000. The guy says, what format? What shall I write? Say, are you mad? It's my money, give me my money. A business that behaves like that, an MD that behaves like that, is leading the company into a ditch. Because at the end of the month, the guy wants to prepare an account. He prepares that 100,000, says MD's drawings, and he puts question mark in front of it. At the end of the month, he's still asking you questions, and he puts it under profit. You still tell him, we have spent that one. How can you put it under profit? But you didn't spend it on what it is supposed to be spent on. You didn't tell them what you spent it on. They don't know where to classify it. So I think to a very large extent, we need to be open because if you are not, I don't know what you are hiding. I don't know where you are going. I don't know. Maybe the only thing you can hide is, okay, you don't give them the address of where you are bringing the goods from. Maybe, I mean, the contact of your manufacturer that this is who manufactures for me, because they could go make duplicates from there. Then when you bring it, you don't begin to tell them, this is how much I bought it, and this is this, and this is that, and you begin to tell lies up and down. I think it's unbecoming of a Christian to keep too much secret in business, right? To keep where you're buying your goods from. Wisdom demands you keep that. But that's as far as it goes. Every other thing, to some extent, needs disclosure.
Wow. Thank you. So you mean my accountant should be able to defend me, or I mean, should be able to defend my spending, our spending, and our income all at the same time. Thank you so very much, sir.
Yes.
Sister Funke, please.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, it's been such an inspiring, educative, interesting session tonight. It's like going to a Christian business school. There's so much we've learned tonight. So let's not forget, even as we end the session tonight, let's not forget to keep living the Christ-like life, even in our business environments, while relying on the help of the Holy Spirit. Because the truth is, there are so many things we can't. There's even nothing we can do with our own strength. So let's just keep relying on God while we portray everything He wants us to do.